Milo and the Lighthouse Lantern. Milo is a lively boy with curly blonde hair who lives in a tiny blue house near the wide grey sea, and every calm evening he likes to stand on the wooden pier with his orange scarf flapping in the salty wind while he waves at the distant lighthouse that sits on Rocky Point like a tall white pencil. But one clear Saturday morning he hears a soft clang at the back door and finds an old brass key tied to a note that says, "Dear Milo, the lighthouse lantern is fading. Please help." So his curious heart starts beating fast and he packs his small red backpack with a cheese sandwich, a green apple, a bottle of water, and his lucky striped marble. Then he calls his black and white dog Patch, who wags his tail like a metronome, and together they set off along the shore. The tide is low, and shiny shells sparkle like little mirrors in the sun, seagulls cry overhead, and waves roll in gentle rhythm. Yet Milo walks quickly because he worries that ships might get lost without the bright lighthouse beam. Soon he reaches the narrow cliff path lined with yellow gorse flowers that smell like coconut, and Patch runs ahead, sniffing every stone, but suddenly the dog stops and barks toward a crack between two rocks where a tiny crab is stuck upside down, its legs waving in distress. So Milo kneels, uses a thin stick, and gently frees the crab, placing it back on wet sand where it scuttles away. The crab turns once, lifts a claw as if in thanks, and Milo feels a warm glow inside because small kindnesses matter. The path grows steeper, and wind pushes harder, but Milo hums a brave tune about bright lights guiding home, and soon the lighthouse door stands before him, tall and silent. He slips the brass key into the rusty lock, turns it with a creak, and steps inside the cool, spiraling tower where stone stairs rise like a giant snail shell. Dust dances in light beams from narrow windows, and each step echoes, yet Milo climbs steadily, counting aloud to keep courage. 1, 2, 3, 4, until he reaches the lantern room where the great glass lamp sits dull and grey, its once strong flame now a weak blue spark. On a wooden stool rests an old leather book that opens by itself when Milo touches it, and glowing words appear, explaining in simple sentences that the lighthouse flame needs 3 bright things to burn: the whisper of the wind, the smile of the sea, and the beat of a brave heart, all gathered before sunset, or the lantern will sleep forever. Milo bites his lip, but Patch nudges his hand, and Milo straightens his scarf, ready to try. First he must fetch the whisper of the wind, so he climbs back down, steps outside, and walks to the highest cliff ledge where wind roars like a playful lion. He opens his empty water bottle, holds it up, and waits until a strong gust whooshes through, then quickly closes the lid, trapping the wind's whisper, which sounds like soft laughter inside the bottle. Next he needs the smile of the sea, so he scrambles down to a hidden cove where water is calm and clear. There he spots a small wave that curls up like a grin before gently breaking, so Milo fills his green apple with seawater, scooping the core like a cup, catching a drop of the wave's happy smile that twinkles light blue. Finally he must bring the beat of a brave heart, and for this he sits on a smooth rock, places his striped marble on his chest, and thinks of every time he helped a friend, shared a toy, or comforted Patch during storms. His heart thumps steady and strong, warming the marble until it glows deep red, pulsing like a tiny drum. With all 3 bright things safe, Milo runs back along the path while clouds gather, and gulls flap toward shelter. Inside the tower he climbs the spiral once more, breathing hard but determined, and at the top he pours the bottle's wind whisper into the glass lamp. Whoosh, a soft white swirl appears, then he tips the sea smile from the apple, and a shimmering blue droplet joins the swirl, sparkling. Finally he places the warm marble beside the wick, and it melts into gentle red light that spreads through the mixture like juice in water. Instantly the weak blue spark flares tall and golden, filling the lantern room with bright, steady light that shines through every glass panel, stretching a strong beam far across the darkening sea. Ships in the distance blow cheerful horns, and Milo hears faint replies, knowing sailors now see the path home. The leather book closes on its own, and new words glow on the cover: "Thank you, lighthouse friend," while the brass key turns silver and floats into Milo's pocket as a souvenir. Patch barks happily, chasing spinning dust mites, and Milo laughs, feeling proud and tired. As sunset colors stain the sky orange and pink, he sits at the open window of the tower eating his cheese sandwich and sharing crusts with Patch while waves crash below like applause. Later he locks the lighthouse door, jogs back along the moonlit beach, and when he enters his blue house his parents ask why his eyes shine so bright. He replies in simple words that he had an adventure helping a lonely light, and they smile, thinking their son has a vivid imagination. That night Milo places the silver key and striped marble on his bedside shelf, hears the distant beam hum softly through the window, and drifts to sleep dreaming of brave hearts, laughing wind, smiling waves, and every ship guided safely by a lantern restored by one determined boy and his loyal dog.